Hello all and welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero.
Hello.
We're here once again with weirdness on the Mucky Mammoth. Whatever the hell. Kate or Will? I don't look like Shannon.
Not really, no.
It's like, that's not Shannon, I don't think, because if it's Shannon, her hair wasn't tied up.
Will, hi.
Singing quietly. Were we on more than whiskey fed and... That is Shannon. To Shannon. Oh. Wet gears.
Wet gears?
Probably, who knows. First thing I tried anyway. Down here by this little blue box. I took all the gears out and dried each one by hand, and then I loaded them back in again. That took care of the grinding sound, but her trunk keeps doing that sparking, clanking, weeping thing. To be honest with you, I'm not really qualified for this work. Kate's a friend, you know how it is, don't you? Wait, what? It's like, to be honest, I'm not qualified for this work. Also, Kate, we're trying to, it's like, is that what you're trying to do?
Either that or she's his friend and gave him a job where she works.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was going to stupid, so yes, yeah, that makes more sense. Oh, that was you. Sorry.
How do you two know each other?
So, ever walk through rolling farmland?
Just drove, I guess.
Right. Nobody does it unless it's their land to farm. I mean, they'll walk from barn to tractor or tractor to truck, you know. Well, I sure did. I slipped under or over fences and walked barefoot with the seeds when they were just planted and tilled the earth with my toes. Hey, I should tell you where I left my shoes. What?
He's a hippie, bruh.
I know. Did you know I'm a classically trained organist? It's true. Look at these long fingers and pedal-gripping toes. It doesn't matter. A minor in French literature earned me a position teaching Autade to Zola at the university. Well, some shitty governor cut state funding for our department, and I was demoted to mopping floors, running wiring through walls, or in dangerous places. I even operated the soundboard at the student theater. I left my shoes there at the university. It was a protest. Walk without shoes for something important or tragic. I ended up by the shore, and soon I was drifting along the Echo. It ran for a while above ground, then it doesn't anymore. But I prefer subterranean waters. Anyways, Kate brings me along and I record what I see and hear. I tried to help with maintenance. I drop off the mail and pick up the trash. On occasion, I take the helm. Anyway, that's all I try to remember anymore. I listen to the river shorties. Oh, stories. I said shorties. Stories. And my own stories get fainter and fainter. Oh, if you talk to Kate, could you ask her when she stops for gas, could she pick me up a scratch ticket? Thanks. Okay. So, kind of like, he seems to me like the stoner loser, but without the stoning.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, what's up? No, or at least that we know of.
Yeah.
And we're not paying attention to him. He's like, man, I got so high, bro. Oh, cool dog. Got a dog. I guess that's you.
How's that cold river spray treating you? I thought I saw you squinting. It's hard water, you know, hard on the eyes. It still irritates mine a little, and I'm piloting a tugboat through it 6 nights a week. Don't be too shy to close them in public. Your eyes, I mean. People will just assume you're thoughtful. You need tea?
Oh, yeah. See, usually I'm the one that has to read through that shit, and I just look like an idiot. So now it's you.
So, agressibe, agrabita, definitely, peppermint, dried spring, agaricus, milk thistle, and dried reishi.
See?
Reishi.
How's it
Excuse me.
feel to be me? Usually I'm the one
I
sounding like a
suck at
stupid
Latin.
dumbass.
I suck
Anyway.
so bad. What are all those for? Eye strain. Dried spring agaricus masks the taste of the rest of it. Dried reishi in particular has an eccentric flavor profile. It's mushroom based. I'm a big believer in the fungal pharmacy. How far are we from Dogwood Drive? The echo is... What?
It says dicey.
The echo is dicey tonight. Bad luck for you. Expect waves and diversions. Dogwood Drive is by the Silo mail stop, but we may need to spend some time on the indirect route before we hit your stop, okay? And there's other business. Mail to drop off, garbage to pick up, and a few favors to execute, all dotted on the riverbanks from here to there. I hope you enjoy the trip on our little Mammoth. Take advantage of all the amenities, fresh air, cozy bunks, hot tea, the video room. There are some pretty interesting tapes down there, actually. Unusual. I mean, weird. Watch out. That VCR doesn't take your hand off, though. It's untrustworthy. What's wrong with the VCR? I could take a look. Oh, please do. I don't know anything about electronics. Maybe try a few different tapes. You'll get the picture. I saw you talking to Will. He's an old friend. Don't be fooled by that burned out aura. He's a smart and kind man. I think his only vice is those silly scratch tickets. Speaking of which, we're coming up on our next stop shortly, refueling and picking up a few things. Well, eyes on the road, haha.
Ezra runs to Shannon.
Whoa, slow down. It's slippery up on deck.
Do you have batteries?
Yeah, of course. What for?
Johnny said I could use his tape recorder, but it needs a battery.
Oh, fun. Well,
Shannon searches her pockets.
here's 4 different kinds. Surely one of these should fit.
Thank you. Now I'm Ezra. Weird. Cat. Musicians. Ugh. Musicians. Ugh.
Could
Yeah.
talk to the cat, bro.
No, I can't. Can't even talk to the cat.
Aw. Bad game.
Can I not go down?
I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, I'm going to musicians. I don't know. Oh, I guess they're included. Really? You are entranced. You don't remember this.
It's okay. We've all seen a lot of concerts.
Cyrano opened. His tape machine was broken or something. It got really cosmic. Right at the floor show. I remember that show. Sorry, Clara.
Well, you have a second chance to hear it tonight.
To Ezra. That was fast. Got the batteries? Let's see. Perfect. This one will do. So you hit this button here to record. Hold it right here so you don't cover the microphone with your hand. I bet you'll find a lot of good sounds just around the tugboat. There's plenty of tape in there. So don't be stingy with it. Just record anything that catches your ear. It really changes the way you listen. For the better, I mean. How long is this trip? We've got a ways to go. And this boat makes pretty frequent stops. I think Kate said we're moving pretty slowly tonight, too. Weather. Kate said we could stop at the rum colony. Cyrano's playing. Well, that's ideal. I'm supposed to meet a lady there to look at some old engine parts about 3 hours ago. 3 hours goes fast at the rum colony, ma'am. I bet she's still there.
I hope we don't stop there too long. My concert is soon. I don't want to keep them waiting.
Nah, it's river time. Nobody expects you to be punctual. To Ezra. Hey, why don't you give that tape recorder a try? See if that cat over there has anything he wants to say.
I often use found sounds in my music. If you find some interesting sounds tonight, you can help me out.
Okay, recording cat. Whoa, Conway. Oh my god, he has robot arm now.
That's new, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure since, the whole debt from them, it's even more screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, cat goes meow.
He meowed at you, bro.
Very true.
Is that all there is to it?
Well, there's more meows. This game's so fucking weird.
That's an understatement.
Yep. Great. Cat goes wow. Nah, I'm Conway. Or am I? Yep, I'm Conway again.
He just keeps meowing.
Not very safe, especially with a dog. Look out. Well, it could be one of those ones where, like, they're actually friends with each other.
I hope so.
Sometimes it is, and otherwise, like, no, that cat's gonna get messed up. You know, it's the strangest thing. I can't remember why I came up here.
Neither can I.
Damn noisy river. It's just that thing about, what was it? When you walk through a door? When you go into the kitchen for something, as soon as you pass from one room into another, you forget what you wanted. You have to walk back out just to remember, like you left a part of your brain behind. I wonder if I could follow that brain crumb trail all the way back to the room I was born in. Conway cranes his neck over the railing. Looks cold down there, and dark. You weren't in the cabin long. Get any sleep?
Just resting my eyes for a minute.
Every little bit helps, right? Shannon leans over the railing and looks at the river below.
There's all kinds of trash down there.
Could have fallen off the hull back there. I think that kid was playing on the trash barge earlier.
Should I be worried?
I'm fine.
I was talking about Ezra.
It's good for him. It's important to know how to be alone. What's up? You look like there's something you want to ask. Fine, you can ask it. One question.
I thought you didn't drink.
Well, I didn't. I mean, I did, and then I didn't. And then I did again. That's how it always goes. I drift out. Finally wind up back at Lysette's with my head between my legs, saying never again. 15 months this last time. I think I hung on because I knew there wouldn't for much longer be anywhere to go back to. She went to live with her sister now, and she probably doesn't remember me for long anyway. One time she picked me up out of a ditch by the road, blackout drunk at dawn. Came around later that night, taking care of me. I told her I didn't deserve it, and she said I didn't have to deserve it.
She sounds like a saint. We should all have someone like that.
Oh, you wouldn't say that if you knew her when she was younger. That girl was wild. I guess she got her own problems now. I wish I could help out. Hey, maybe I could make some money and send it to her sister. Maybe they'll keep me on at a distillery. At the distillery. Oh, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. I've got to repay my debt. Hell, I should be grateful for the opportunity. If you want to die with any dignity, you've got to settle up. That's why it's such a damn shame when people go sudden. Weird.
We have the weirdest conversations in this game, am I right?
Pretty much. Cool thing for looking through the river. I'm sure I talk too much. Everyone this river does. The problem is that we listen twice as much as that. We're only telling you half of the stories we hear. Kate told me that I ought to have been a photographer. She said you have an uncanny way of having been in the place at the time the things happened there. And that's the hardest part of taking a photograph anyway. Nice of her to say, but it isn't. It isn't true. Though I know just about every story on this river. Most of them I picked up second, third, or fourth hand, and so on. Listening, see? Now I know you're gonna ask, so I'm gonna answer it. Yes, I'm sure they're all true. I personally believe a story gets more true as it's tossed around from brain to brain and the whole community brings their insight to bear on the brittle facts of experience. There are a few Echo River stories I witnessed directly. I saw that big owl migration pass through. You might have heard about it. I was there when the old train station flooded. I saw the ghost of Stephen Bishop brew up a batch of white lightning on a raft. Or, anyway, I talked to a few sailors who recently crossed paths with him, and I suspect sampled his wares. One night when I was working the Mucky Mammoth, we picked up a gaggle of passengers headed down to a mail drop by the silo of Lake Reflections. I knew a couple of them in passing, a pair of traveling musicians whom I often encountered on the river. The others were strangers to me at the time, a young woman, a small boy, and an old man whose name I didn't catch. Oh, and a smelly old dog.
He insulted Blue.
Wasn't my Blue on the ship, was it? Because it looked like a different dog.
No, I think that was someone else's dog.
Don't you mess with Blue, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna be strangling people. Whoever, Kate and Walt, they're gonna die.
Bro.
They've both gotta die. Whoever's talking at the moment, I don't know.
I think it's Will.
Kill them. To dare they mess with my Blue. We docked at a gas station so the Mammoth could refuel. Ezra stayed on the tugboat and looked around the map room. Ezra followed Junebug and Johnny into the gas station. Choices. Ezra followed Junebug and Johnny into the gas station. Act 4, Scene 2. A gas station. Yes. Picking up Doritos and salmonella. Hopefully catching something at the bathroom.
Ew. We cut it close. I usually find this place upriver. So everybody's on the lake tonight.
The gas station moves around?
Sure. It's not anchored or anything. Could be anywhere up and down the Echo. You just kind of run into it when you need it, and hopefully a little before you need it. I usually stop here once a night, though to be honest, I'm not sure I've seen the same one. Doesn't have a name or anything, and I never really pay attention to who's behind the counter. Anyway, it's nice to see you two. Most of my regular passengers must have gotten held up, elsewhere in their journey tonight. It's that storm, I think.
Watching Ezra sprint past.
Look at him go. That kid has a lot of energy. It's got to be past his bedtime or something, right?
I don't know. I don't think he has a bedtime. He's a maverick.
Sounds familiar. You don't have any of your own, I mean. No, I guess not. I just realized you two come through here so often. We chat about all kinds of stuff, but I never thought to ask about family.
Also, we're fucking cyborgs or something. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know if they can.
We're all the family we need.
That's sweet. So how about that storm upstairs? Did you two get caught in it? I heard it kind of roamed around, uncertain. I'm sure we'll hear all about it tomorrow. Flooding, property damage, probably killed a few tomatoes.
No, not the tomatoes.
It's got the river churning and everyone headed to the lake here, where the water's calmer. I myself don't mind navigating a choppy river, not at all. I've got a good feel for it. Plus, it's better for fungal growth. High water consumes the cave moths, and their wet wings clump together into these little balls of nutrient-dense mushroom food, jammed by current here and there between the rocks. You have never seen a mushroom grow like a soggy cave moth carcass. Ew.
Gross? I don't even want to, like, think of that, because first of all, mushrooms are gross as hell. Like I said, they're the penises of the earth. Mushrooms are the dicks of the earth.
No. Amazing. If I could get a day off, Val and I would be out there all day tomorrow to harvest. I mean it, they'll be ready by tomorrow. A mushroom will grow just as fast as you can pump water into it. Hey, are you two headed this way tomorrow? Maybe I could send Val ashore with you for a few hours. She's got a remarkable nose for mushrooms. You wouldn't even need to know what to look for. Put a bag around her neck and she'll just bring them back to you.
Yeah. No room on the bike for a dog, Cricket. We don't know where we'll be tomorrow.
I should have figured. Seems you two are always on the move.
It does seem that way. Silence.
So, I should get back aboard. No rush, I just want to brew some tea before we get going. Headed into the station?
Yeah. Yeah, picking up a snack for Johnny.
She doesn't let you pick out your own snacks? Haha.
To Kate. It's for the best. I get a little overwhelmed by all the shelves of candy.
Too much of a good thing. Hey, while you're in there, could you remind the gas station attendant this fuel is on my tab? Charge it to the Mucky Mammoth?
The Mucky Mammoth.
Oh, and Will wanted a scratch ticket. Thanks.
Who joined bug? I think I'll just watch the lake for a bit, ma'am. And to the gas station. See? Busy, 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 busy. Robots.
They are cyborgs or something, right?
Looking for crystals? Crystals? No, thank you. I don't want any J.O. crystals right now. Seriously. I need a scratch ticket. What kind? Moonbug examines the lottery display case. This one with the bats on it. This one with the Sudoku buzz. I don't know. This one with the grassy field on it. Money minefield. Okay. Anything else? Snacks. Sure. We have snacks. We have... How about some jerky? It's homemade, not by me. You work on the Mammoth? I can add it to your tab. Ooh, I could be a dick. Oh, you know the tugboat captain. Kate said I'd have to remind you. Sure. They're here every night. It's okay. I have one of those faces. Forgettable. I wouldn't say that. It's okay. I've learned to accept it. In fact, I've learned to cherish it. There's a dignity in being forgotten, letting the crowd flow around you unspoiled. I used to live in a real city, Cleveland, Ohio. I had some family money then. I didn't have to work. I lived in hotels, in daylight. I walked wherever the people were. My only duty was to the crowd. I was its observer, its historian, its detective, its poet. Well, the money ran out, and I dispersed with the rest of them. I took my duties with me here, to Lake Leth and the Echo River. I live behind this counter, anonymous, invisible, but I live with dignity. And yourself? Sure, something like that. I enjoy the company. I like to keep moving. Yeah, that's the way to do it. I can't help it myself. I travel at the pleasure of the current. Snacks are in the back there. Snacks are in the back. Is this the snacks? I don't know.
I'm not even sure.
Junebug surveys a row of chocolates, licorices, cheese crackers, dehydrated, bleached, reconstituted, and colorized. Johnny seems decent. I don't know. Like I said,
I don't know.
Johnny seems decent. He's excited about Kate's dog, too. He seems a little preoccupied with the kid, Ezra. Traveling with all these people might be like sensory overload for him. I don't even know. I don't know. Traveling with all people might be too much for him.
Maybe.
Back in the bottom shelf is decorated with cartoonish pictures of vegetables. Through a plastic window in the packaging, she can see puffed corn-shaped and colored like carrots, tomatoes, and broccoli florets, and a few puffy white discs that might represent potatoes. What would it be like to travel with one more? It's always just been the two of us on the bike. We're just along for the ride, like that attendant. Somewhere in there is surely a preservative, in case the rest of the process hasn't done enough to stop the flow of time. Even though it's possible to take on another passenger long term, it may be best just to ask him what's on his mind. Just needs to cool down for a bit. This is so weird.
I know.
She turns the bag over to look at the ingredients, but only finds a marketing blurb. Inspired by real vegetables.
And obviously not real vegetables.
That's pretty funny. I gotta admit. Usually it's like, only contains like 3% fruit juice, like real fruit juice or something like that, but inspired by real vegetables. Like, that's kind of funny. So, wait, did I get anything? I don't know.
I hope so.
Norm. To attendant. Shit. That floodwater washed you halfway up out to sea. I was looking for you down at New... I'm not gonna pronounce that.
Königsberg.
Königsberg? Same as always, but ain't nobody there. And the river's deep as the elephants. Noticing Junebug. Didn't see you there, ma'am. Pardon my language. What elephant? Alright. You're no paper flower, I see that. Extending his hand warmly. I expect you must be Lorette. Enchanted to meet you. Sorry I'm late. Hey, is that coming on too flowery or something? Enchanted. Repeat it now. I feel a little silly. I'm not Lorette, but I think you'll do fine with Enchanted. Well, thanks for saying so. But now I'm double embarrassed. How do you know Lorette? I really don't. I met Lorette on the computer. We met each other there, I mean. Or I guess. We spoke through the computer and agreed to meet. I don't know the terminology. I haven't dated in quite a while. Back when I met Greta, that's my wife, ex, or maybe I am her ex. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, back then, there wasn't even such a thing as computers at all. I mean, I guess there probably was, but I never heard of one. I worked in textiles. So here I am.
What's your plan when Loretta shows up?
Maybe head down to the rum colony. Shoot. Forgot to ask if she likes to drink. Really never know these days. I guess first I'd ask her about that. She doesn't like rum. I may try to take her by the bat sanctuary. That's pretty romantic. In a sense, I mean like Misty Valley and ruined churches romantic. Not like flowers and chocolates romantic. Of course, they've got that memorial there. That's a little depressing, actually. Maybe we'd kind of sail around that. Damn it all. I guess I probably missed her. I wonder if she'll agree to meet me again.
I'm sure she'll understand with the weather and all.
Nice of you to say so. Well, I guess I'll head on back. Hey, supposing Loretta doesn't want to see me after all.
Oh,
She
I'm
could be
out of your
mean.
league. I'm gonna be, my card is full.
Sorry. That's not what I meant. Actually, I wanted to ask for some advice. I have to type up a sort of autobiography with a computer date, and I spent a lot of time on it, but I only got one reply, and that was Loretta herself. I was happy to meet her, but supposing she's lost interest now. You think you could maybe give me some feedback? It's only a paragraph or so. I have it all memorized. I spent so damn long writing it. Okay. Here's how it goes.
I'm a good-natured man, retired, and spent most of my time sailing the Echo River, riding currents of subterranean gas, and that strange invisible wind that moans out the small tunnels along the bank. Seeking a companion to map the river with me, I have 2 grown children, but they live far away. No goofballs.
Okay, what do you think?
You'll be fine.
Either that or, what was that about goofballs?
What was that about goofballs?
I mean, like, serious inquiries only.
Worried about people wasting your time? You might miss out on some really great goofballs.
You may be right about that.
Okay. You'll be fine.
Alright, thanks for your help, ma'am. Really renewed my confidence. I'm ready to get back on that computer. You have a good night. Now, what's left of it, anyway? Yeah.
Go to Johnny. What do you think of the dog what do you think of the other dog we've got on board, Val?
Oh, sorry, that was Johnny, sorry. What do you think of the... Yeah, whatever. Blue's a sleepy old hound. I know she isn't doing any mushroom hunting, that's for sure. I'd like to try my hand at mushroom hunting. I bet I'd be pretty good at it. Weird cave fungus going on soggy moss things sounds kind of romantic, but also kind of gross. Ugh. Right? I don't know.
I don't see the romance in that. I just see the grossness.
It sounds romantic. You go up to it and it like sprays like mushroom spoof, whatever. What is it like? What is that? I know it. Spores.
Yeah.
Like spores just like right in the face. You're like, and then you breathe them in, and then like that episode of X-Files starts growing out like a giant thing on your neck, and it just bursts through your chest and everywhere.
That episode was pretty awesome, though.
Firewalker.
Yeah.
Season 2, I think,
I
episode
believe.
like 7 of
Yeah.
X-Files. Firewalker. Look it up.
Great.
I like X-Files. Good show.
Highly recommend.
Well, until a certain point, then it starts to
Yeah.
get stupid as shit. Well, there was stupid parts in there, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, could you fit in the sidecar? So, would you like to ride with us for a day? I don't know. I'm talking to Dog. I thought this was gonna be, Junebug talking, but I guess it's Johnny talking to Val.
I think Johnny is having some kind of existential crisis or something.
So,
Would you like to ride with us for a day? Bet you would. For good company. I guess you'd miss Kate even just for a day. Maybe we could still talk with her into it. I don't know. Nah, I guess it's settled anyway. Nice to think about, though. So weird. You can make a bunch of choices in the game, like most people's choices.
Yep.
Seems like it can change a lot. I left the gas station with my robot legs. To Johnny. Sorry, Cricket. Nothing good on offer. Not even those little gummy pomegranate seeds? I didn't look. It's okay. I'll go check. Wish me luck. Good luck. We both have robot leg. Ooh, another boat showing up. Oh
I
no, it's the
wonder who
boat
this
robbery.
is.
Gonna be a boat robbery. We're gonna get mugged and shot in the face. Do you carry those little gummy pomegranate seeds? I had $3 at the beginning of this week. They're all gone. Can't keep them on the shelves. To be honest, our whole inventory is pretty low right now. There's a delivery boat that usually swings by earlier in the night, but I guess something came up. Is that the delivery boat?
I think it was.
But the thing is, that delivery boat is so small. Like, it's just like a little boat that someone has. So, I don't know. Where are you headed? Helping some friends make a delivery. Or along for the ride anyway. Well, and if you're not doing the heavy lifting or navigating or whatever, passenger contributes to a journey, too. I never travel, but I do love travelers. That's what I like about this job. The travelers come to me. Do you ever get lonely here? Yes, I do. Well, let me know if I can help you find anything. Is that AI or is that Al?
I think it's Al.
It's good to be among friends. Suit yourself. What are you so excited about? I can't help it. Every time I step onto that boat alone, I think this could be the very last time. And then every time I come ashore, back among people, I think, solemnly, Glory, it is good to be among friends. Why get on the boat in the first place? It's a ritual of remembrance for me. Tonight particularly so. It's my birthday. Oh, this is a kid? I'm 5 years old. You know why I said that? Well, I'm gonna tell you. Or maybe lie. 5 years and some days ago, I sent out on the Echo River alone, or so I thought at the time. I thought at first it was like, old man, the person that came on. It's like, yeah. But then it was like 5 years old. It's like, oh, I thought at first for a second it was gonna be like another robot. Like, I'm 5 years old, even though I look like an older person. I was looking for an ice floe. They are occasionally rumored to travel our humble artery on their way from who knows where to who knows where. Who knows why, it's a mystery. An hour into the journey, my lantern gave out. Now, I always carry 3 or 4 spares. You'll never catch me in the dark again. Lesson learned, buddy. But that night, when that lantern went out, I was stuck in the dark. I kept my arm extended, running my fingers along the cave walls, trying to keep my bearing as best I could. At least make sure I wasn't going in circles. I just prayed I'd find another traveler who knew his way back to the lake or above ground, or even just a crack in the rock to get a glimpse of moonlight. I had a large bag of apples with me. After a long while, maybe a day, I was getting weak. So I took my head down from the rock to tear the bag open. Well, then I reached back out. I couldn't find that cave wall anymore. Or any other. I was totally unmoored, buddy. Totally adrift. And it was so dark. I started counting time in apples eaten. I was counting time by the apples I eat. It's been 45 minutes. Yes, this apple. Oh no. I drifted in despair for 4 apples.
weird way of telling time.
Then I schemed and planned and dreamed for 2 apples. Finally, I came to accept my fate, lost at sea. And this phase, I think, would have continued indefinitely had I not come down to that very last damn apple. Picture me, feeling around in the empty bag, certain that somewhere there was another one of those fish-sized chunks of life-giving fruit, already softened by time and probably the unappetizing brown. Nope, that was it. Just as I was about to bite into my last meal, I felt a tickle on my upper lip. It hatched right then. Couldn't have been a moment later, or I would have eaten it. My last apple was infected by a damn fruit fly maggot. Well, that should have been the end of it. I should have eaten that apple and that fly while I was at it, and put an end to our little food chain suicide pact. But I waited, out of mercy. After all, this fly was basically a newborn child, right? A gross insect child, but still a child, right? Born into darkness and famine, hungry and alone. I mean, can you imagine that? No other flies out there on the boat? And never would be. No other flies to welcome into the world. I mean, no fly culture, no fly society, no fly history. A true orphan.
This is getting so philosophical.
This is weird, bro.
I like the path that these games, this game takes. It's like, what the hell? And you're just like,
Yeah.
oh.
I started to get depressed just thinking about it. Worked out a thick tear, message name to say. Well, that fly landed on my cheek, right under my left eye, right on that salty tear duct, and then, blinding glory, his ass lit up like a candle. That wasn't a fly, buddy. That was a damn lightning bug. So that's how come I'm here today with you folks. Only because I found my way out of that strange river cave by the dim-lit rear of some orphan insect hatched out of my last rotten apple. Lord, it's good to be among friends.
Weird. That is so weird.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, well, talk to Junebug, yes? Couldn't find the pomegranates. That guy's a trip. That gas station attendant. Did you talk to him? It's funny. He actually reminds me of that frog we had for a bit.
That frog you had.
Ah, I like to think he was part of the family, you know.
Okay. Well, how does this gas station attendant remind you of a frog?
Oh, I don't know. Because he liked to talk, I guess. Frogs don't talk.
They can't talk.
Unless you can understand the...
Yeah.
Or they're like... sounds that they make. Maybe we should pick up another one. A frog, or a cat, or a iguana, or something.
What do you want a pet for?
I was just thinking about that old man and his dog. You ever notice how he talks to his dog?
Does it like he's talking to himself?
Yeah, exactly like that. But that's how I feel when I'm talking to you, ma'am. Like I'm talking to myself. And when you're talking to me, I feel like you're talking to yourself. I mean, not literally, but like, that's how we are, who we are, you and me. Not exactly. Not like that guy in the gas station. That guy lets the world wash over him, static like a rock. But I, you, and me both, together, I mean, we're always moving, always changing. I think that's because we feel safe with each other, you know, free. We can try stuff out, change our clothes, swap parts around, just play. I'm not lonely, just curious, with another person to play with. What else could we be?
You may be right, Cricket. You may be right, Cricket.
You really think so? Wow, I thought I'd have to wear you down a little, like I did with the gerbils.
What did you do with the gerbils?
Where were they keeping the gerbils if they travel around all the time?
Where did they put those gerbils? Did they eat the gerbils?
Did they have a mini, like, cage on their backs or
Did these
something?
sick Germans eat all of the gerbils? The bastards.
Ah, that's Kate. Time to hit the road. River, I mean. Interesting. And weird.
And a bit confusing.
See that small brick building? used to be an upholstery shop. Now it's inhabited by a very skilled taxidermist, whose art is greatly in demand. When it was an upholstery shop, I didn't see nearly as much business. It didn't see nearly as much business. The old shop's name has been lost to time and weather. This was decades ago, and the old trace of it now is the graved frame of an old sign behind the new lettering, which now reads Trapper, Stalker, and Sportsman. And then below, smaller, no specific is too exotic, no arrangement too fanciful. Oh, no specimen, sorry, I said specific, sorry, dummy. Some of the upholstery equipment is still there, too, and still sees active use. Lise is the resident artist, though she's not the owner of the shop. I don't know. It's owned by a reclusive ex-convict named Judah. I'm gonna go with the aunt. It's owned by her aunt, Ida. Ida has very little to do with the day-to-day. She's busy with other endeavors, mostly the restaurant she and her husband run on Lake Lev. Shen retreated to the TV room to browse the Mammoth's video collection. Shannon followed the other travelers ashore to a drowsy beachside bar called the Rum Colony. Rum Colony, I guess. Ugh. So for this one, you can choose if they basically just like, I'm just gonna dick off on the boat.
I guess so.
Or if you can actually go out and be like, let's see what happens. The Rum Colony. Okay, that's it for now. We hope you all enjoyed. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.